The sun was burning over the wide desert plains of Sector 9R. Sand stretched as far as the eye could see, broken only by twisted metal and the bones of war machines. Years ago, a battle had taken place between human forces and an alien faction. Now, all that remained was silence and scavengers. Cole walked carefully through the wreckage, his boots crunching over broken glass and scorched earth. He was a repair technician once, before the war ended. Now he searched for old tech to trade, for food and supplies. He had no family, no home, just a small hovercart and a tool belt. As he moved toward a broken alien ship, something caught his ear. A sound, faint, like breathing. He stopped. His hand moved to the sidearm at his hip. He didn't like surprises out here. The noise came again, so soft he almost missed it. It wasn't metal. It was alive. Cole slowly moved toward the half-buried wreck. The ship was twisted and dark, its power completely drained. He crawled through a bent side panel and lowered his light. Then he saw her, an alien woman curled up behind a control console. Her body was bruised and burned. One of her legs looked broken and there was dried blood on her temple. Her skin was a pale blue-purple color, unlike anything he'd seen before. Small, pointed ears poked through her, white hair. Her eyes opened slowly, filled with pain and fear. Cole's first thought was to leave. If the patrols caught him helping a living alien, he could be arrested. Maybe worse. But then, she whispered something. He didn't understand the words, but her voice was weak and her hand reached toward him, not as a threat but as a plea. He looked around. There was no one else. "No one's coming for you, are they?" he whispered. She blinked slowly as if trying to understand him. Cole sighed and dropped his weapon. "All right," he muttered, taking off his jacket. "Let's get you out of here." It wasn't easy. The wreck was sharp, and she was heavy, but he managed to carry her to his hovercart, covering her body with a blanket. She winced in pain but didn't cry out. She didn't have the strength. Cole drove the cart back to his hidden shelter, a small cave behind a ridge where he kept his tools and supplies. Once inside, he laid her on a soft pad and opened his medkit. He cleaned her wounds, gave her water, and fed her small bites of protein bars. She didn't say anything at first, just stared at him with wide, confused eyes. He spoke gently. "Can you understand me?" She tilted her head but didn't respond. "Name?" he asked, pointing to himself. "Cole." Then he pointed to her. She blinked again. Her lips moved. Lira, he repeated. She gave a small nod. Days passed. Cole treated her injuries carefully, even building a splint for her, leg using scrap. He started teaching her basic words: water, food, safe. In return, she taught him a few words in her language, though he could barely pronounce them. One night, as a cold wind swept through the desert, Lyra shivered under her blanket. Cole hesitated for a moment, then sat beside her and wrapped another layer over her. "You'll be all right," he said softly. "I'm not going to leave you." She turned her head toward him and whispered a word in her tongue. It sounded like, "Thank you." Cole smiled. They didn't need full sentences anymore, but danger was always near. One afternoon he heard the buzz of drones in the sky. Military patrols. They still searched the area for escaped alien soldiers. He turned to Lyra. "We need to move." She was healing, but still too weak to run. So Cole took a risk. He loaded her into the hovercart again, hiding her under supply crates, and traveled by night across rocky paths, avoiding open areas. After 2 days, they reached an abandoned mining tunnel near the mountains. It was dark and hidden, a perfect place to rest. Lyra sat up slowly, touching his hand with her fingers. Cole looked at her. "This is where I leave you. It's safe here. You'll be okay." She shook her head, eyes wide with sadness. "I can't stay," he said gently. "If they find us together, it'll be bad for both of us." She seemed to understand. Lyra leaned forward and pressed her forehead to his. a gesture he didn't understand but one that felt special. Then she whispered one word. Remember. Cole nodded, not knowing why the word mattered so much. Without another word, he turned and walked away. The desert swallowed his footprints. The wind carried his name, and behind him, hidden in the darkness, a bond was formed, one that would change his life forever. The days after their parting weighed heavily on Cole's mind. The word Lyra whispered, remember, kept echoing in his thoughts. He did not know what it meant, but it felt important. Cole returned to his small town at the edge of the desert. Life was slow, almost boring compared to the danger and excitement of the wasteland. But in his heart, a quiet fire burned. He often looked toward the mountains, wondering if Lyra was still safe. Weeks passed. He tried to forget, but memories wouldn't leave him. One night, as he sat repairing an old drone, a soft beep sounded from his communicator, a private signal from an unknown source. He stared at the screen. No name, no code, just a blinking light. Curious and cautious, he answered. A calm, clear voice spoke. Cole, it is I, Lyra. Cole's breath caught. Lyra, how? I have found ways, she replied. Her voice was weak but steady. They spoke carefully, using simple words and slow sentences. Lyra told him she had healed more quickly than expected, but still could not return to her people. Her world was dangerous now, and enemies watched the stars. She shared small details about her life, how her people lived in floating cities, how they valued peace and knowledge. Cole told her about Earth, about the struggles of humans and their dreams for a better future. Even with the distance and danger, they built a secret friendship. Messages arrived often, full of hope and kindness. Cole learned more about her world, and she learned about his. They were from different stars, but connected by trust. As Lyra's strength grew, she asked for his help. There is a machine, she said, a place where I can heal more and faster. It is hidden, but it is guarded. Cole thought for a moment. I will come, but you must trust me. Lyra agreed. Cole made plans. He gathered supplies, maps, and a small ship. He knew the journey would be dangerous. Many did not want alien survivors to live. When the day came, Cole flew across the desert sky toward the hidden facility Lyra had described. The place was deep underground, covered by thick rock and guarded by machines. Using his skills, Cole bypassed security doors and sensors. He found Lyra waiting inside, calm and hopeful. The healing machine looked like a glowing pool of water, surrounded by strange symbols. When Lyra stepped into it, her wounds and weakness seemed to vanish quickly. She smiled for the first time in months, but the joy was short-lived. Suddenly, alarms rang out. Someone found us, Lyra said, turning serious. Cole grabbed her hand. We will leave. Now. They ran through corridors and tunnels, hearing the heavy footsteps of guards behind them. Outside, Cole's ship waited. They jumped in and blasted off just as the doors sealed behind them. Flying high above the desert, Lyra looked at Cole with a new sense of trust. Thank you, she said simply. Over the next weeks, Cole helped Lyra hide from those who wanted to capture her. They moved from place to place, small towns, quiet forests, empty fields. During those times, Lyra began to open up more. She laughed when Cole told her jokes. She tried earth food and smiled at its taste. One evening, as the stars shone bright above their campfire, Cole showed her an old photo of his family. Long gone. Lyra touched the picture gently. You are not alone, she whispered. I will be your family now. Cole looked at her, surprised but happy. For the first time, he felt that he might belong somewhere, but danger was never far away. One day, a group of soldiers appeared near their hiding place. Cole and Lyra had little time to react. They ran into the woods, dodging shots and alarms. In the chaos, Cole was injured. His leg hurt badly from a fall. Lyra carried him through thick trees and rocks. Her strength was greater than his, and she did not complain. They found shelter in an old cabin, where Lyra used her knowledge of alien medicine to treat his wound. Days passed as Cole healed. During that time, they grew closer, not just as friends, but as something more. They shared stories, hopes, and fears. Lyra told Cole about her people's tradition, how two beings could join together to create new life, combining their strengths and hearts. Cole listened, amazed. He had never imagined such a thing. One night, Lyra looked at him with soft eyes. "If we stay together," she said, "we can create a family, a new future." Cole was silent. It was a lot to take in. But deep inside, he felt ready. They made a promise, not just to survive, but to build something better. But the world around them was still full of threats. Their secret bond was their greatest strength and their biggest risk. After the narrow escape from the soldiers and the quiet days in the cabin, Cole and Lyra found a fragile peace. They knew they could not stay in one place for too long. The world outside was still dangerous for her and for them both. But for a while they were together. They shared dreams of a future free from fear. They talked about what family meant, what it could be. Then one day, Lyra was gone. Cole woke to find the bed beside him empty, the soft hum of the cabin gone silent. There was a small note left on the table, written carefully in her handwriting. "I must go. They are searching harder. I want you safe. I will remember. You must too." Cole felt his heart tighten. He wanted to follow, to find her again, but he knew it was too risky. He packed his things and returned to his old life. A life without answers, but full of hope. Years passed. Cole tried to live as normally as possible. He worked in a small repair shop, fixing machines and old drones. His life was quiet and simple, but in his mind, Lyra was always there. He kept the note, the blanket she had wrapped herself in, and a small piece of her hair she had given him. Sometimes, when the sky was clear at night, Cole would look up and wonder if she was out there, somewhere under the same stars. But no messages came. No sign. No word. People in town talked of strange sightings, of a mysterious alien woman helping refugees, protecting the weak. Some said she had vanished after the war. Others whispered that she was still alive and stronger than ever. Cole wanted to believe the whispers. One afternoon, while repairing an old communication device, Cole's door opened suddenly. A man in a long coat stepped inside. His eyes were sharp and his manner calm. "I have a message for you," the man said. Cole frowned. "Who sent you?" The man shook his head. "I cannot say, but this is for you." He handed Cole a small, sealed envelope with strange symbols. Cole's hands trembled as he broke the seal. Inside was a simple note. "You are needed. Come if you remember." And beneath it, a set of coordinates. Cole stared at the paper. His mind raced. "Remember?" he whispered. The word from years ago. Could it be from Lyra? He felt a rush of hope and fear. Could he really find her again? After careful thought, Cole decided to follow the message. He prepared quickly, packing supplies and loading his old ship. The journey was long and filled with silence, broken only by the hum of his ship's engines and his pounding heart. The coordinates led him to a small, hidden moon on the edge of known space. As he landed, he noticed the quiet beauty of the place, forests of strange silver trees and soft blue grass. But there was more, signs of life, small homes built with care. Cole stepped out, his boots crunching softly on the soil. He was greeted by a group of aliens, refugees from many worlds, living quietly away from the wars. Then, through the crowd, he saw her. Lyra. She looked different now, stronger, radiant. Her pale blue skin glowed softly under the moonlight. Her white hair framed a face both familiar and new. She smiled. And in her arms, she held a child, 3 children. Their eyes were a mix of human and alien. They looked at Cole with curious wonder. Lyra approached him slowly. "We have waited for you," she said softly. Cole could hardly believe it. She told him how she had used her people's advanced healing to recover fully, how she had joined a council to help protect others like her. But the most surprising news was about the children. They are ours, Lyra explained. Created from your blood, combined with mine. They carry the strength of both worlds. Cole reached out to touch one child's cheek. The small hand wrapped around his finger with trust. A family he never expected. Tears filled his eyes. Lyra smiled gently. You saved me once. Now you have a family to save. Cole felt warmth spread through his heart. For years he had been alone. Now he belonged. The children laughed and ran around, their voices filling the quiet moon with life. Cole watched them, feeling a new purpose. He was no longer just a repairman, a wanderer. He was a father, and with Lyra by his side, he was ready to face whatever came next. The hidden moon was quiet under the soft glow of the twin moons. Trees with silver leaves swayed gently in the cool breeze, and strange flowers glowed faintly in the shadows. This place was far from the war zones, far from danger. Here life moved slowly, healing quietly. Cole stood outside the small house Lyra called home. His heart beat fast with a mix of hope and nerves. He had dreamed of this moment for years, but never thought it would come true. The door opened, and there she was, Lyra, the alien woman he had saved so long ago. Her eyes sparkled with warmth and something deeper, something that spoke of time, struggle, and hope. She stepped forward, her pale blue-purple skin glowing softly in the moonlight. Her white hair fell around her shoulders, framing a face that was both strong and kind. "Welcome home, Cole," she said softly. Cole smiled, the weight of loneliness lifting from his chest. Inside, the house was simple, but full of life. Soft. Lights hung from the ceiling and strange plants grew in pots along the windows. The air smelled fresh and clean. Then he saw them. 3 small children playing on the floor. They were a perfect mix of 2 worlds. 2 small boys and a girl, their skin a pale blue with hints of human warmth. Their eyes were wide and curious. As they looked up at him, Lyra knelt beside them. "They have been waiting for you." One boy ran forward and took Cole's hand, pulling him to the floor. "Are you really our father?" Cole's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, I am." The children laughed, and the house seemed to come alive with joy. Lyra explained everything. After Cole had left all those years ago, she used her people's advanced healing technology to recover fully. She also discovered a way to combine their blood to create new life. Children who would carry the best of both humans and aliens. "These children," she said, "are a symbol of hope, of a future where different worlds can come together." Cole looked at the children with awe. They were healthy, strong, and full of life. Their laughter echoed through the small home. "You gave me life once," Lyra said, her voice gentle. "Now I give you a family." Cole knelt beside her and took her hand. "I never knew I needed this." Days turned into weeks. Cole learned how to care for the children, teaching them words, stories, and games from Earth. The children taught him about their alien heritage, their unique ways of seeing the world, their customs, and their dreams. The moon was safe, but outside, danger still lurked. The war had not ended everywhere. Some factions still hunted those like Lyra and her people, but together, they found strength. Cole helped Lyra and the council to protect the refugees, using his skills and knowledge of human technology. He built defenses, repaired ships, and planned strategies. Lyra stood beside him, proud and strong. One evening, as the twin moons rose high, Cole and Lyra sat outside, watching their children play in the soft grass. Cole looked at her and smiled. "I never thought my life would be like this." Lyra leaned her head on his shoulder. "Neither did I, but sometimes the greatest gifts come from the smallest acts of kindness." Cole nodded. "I saved you once, and now you've saved me." The children ran toward them, laughing and shouting. Cole caught the youngest girl in his arms and hugged her tightly. "I'm home," he whispered. For the first time in his life, Cole felt truly complete. He had a family, one born from hope, courage, and love. The days on the hidden moon flowed like a gentle river, calm and steady. Cole found himself waking to laughter, to warm hands in his, and to the quiet strength of a family he never thought he would have. At first, it felt strange. He was a man who had lived alone for so long, who had known only silence and the hum of machines. Now there were small voices calling him Father, bright eyes watching him with trust, and tiny hands reaching for him. It was overwhelming, but it was good. One morning, Cole stood outside watching the sun rise over the silver trees. The children were playing nearby, chasing one another and giggling. Lyra stood beside him, her hand warm in his. "You have changed," she said softly. Cole looked at her and smiled. "You too." Their journey had been long and hard, but it had brought them here, to this place of peace and hope. Lyra stepped closer. "These children carry both our worlds inside them. They will build a future where humans and aliens live as one." Cole knelt to watch the children. "They teach me more than I ever knew." Days turned into weeks, and Cole's heart grew fuller. He taught the children stories from Earth, tales of courage, kindness, and adventure. They listened with wide eyes, fascinated by the world beyond their moon. In return, they showed him wonders from their alien heritage, how to read the stars, how to listen to the whispers of the trees, and how to find peace in silence. Lyra often watched them with a soft smile, pride shining in her eyes. One afternoon, Cole repaired a small hovercraft with the children eagerly watching. The youngest boy, curious and full of questions, asked, "Father, will we fly to Earth someday?" Cole chuckled. "One day, yes, when the world is ready." Lyra joined them, placing a hand on Cole's shoulder. "We will make the world ready. Together." But even in this peaceful place, the past was never far. Messages came from the council, threats from those who still feared and hated. Cole knew they could not hide forever. He looked at Lyra. "We must prepare." She nodded. "For them, and for our children." Cole felt a new strength rising in him, a strength born not just from survival, but from love. He would protect this family, no matter the cost. One night, under the twin moons, Cole and Lyra stood watching their children sleep. The house was quiet except for soft breaths and peaceful dreams. Cole took Lyra's hand. "Thank you for trusting me, for giving me this." Lyra smiled, her eyes shining. "You saved me once. Now you save us all." The future was uncertain, but with their family together, Cole felt ready. The universe might be full of dangers, but love was stronger. And in the heart of the hidden moon, a human and an alien had found something rare: a family, a home, and hope.